Welcome back to another edition of Reality Check, your weekly deep dive into all things American Idol, The Voice, and Dance Moms.
Don't worry about my kid, okay?
Well, I'm just saying,
Don't worry about your own.
It didn't place very well.
I'm Michael Slezak from TVLine.com. I am here with American Idol Season 6 standout and massive Dance Moms fan, Melinda Doolittle.
You always make me make the worst faces during these intros. What? Why?
It's sickening. What you will do to a child to make your fat look good. You
don't
are
call me
sickening.
fat.
Humanity sucks and they don't deserve saving.
Let's talk about American Idol's semifinal round. Half of the top 24 performed. The judges got to pick. We didn't get to vote.
After they've all performed, the judges will deliberate and choose the 7 who will continue on.
Isn't this fun?
No.
Atta girl.
I really like to vote. For me, I feel like that's what made American Idol so great in the first place.
Right.
Was that the viewer had the power to make these huge decisions. Even if 5 people are going home, which I feel like is a bloodbath, but even if that has to happen, us having a say in it is so much fun. It really is. And
This is our now, as Jordan Sparks once said.
This is my now, and I am breathing in the moment.
It's so good.
This is our now. And they're like, no, sorry, your now is gonna be 3 weeks from now. And I'm like, no, but this is my now. Damn you.
God damn you all to hell!
that first episode of the 12 Singers, like, it went by so quickly and so crazily.
It's a tiny bit complicated. People usually need a flow chart.
They ran the contestants through a gauntlet like they were cattle.
Thank you very much, Sion. Head on down there. We'll see you later, okay? We'll see you later, my friend. Good luck to you, James. Thank you very much. One more time for Sonic.
Randomly branding them with old song choices from the past and just stuff that I don't think that they necessarily even wanted to sing. It just had that feeling of move them through. Is that the sound? I think that's what a cow sounds like when they're being moved. Bzz, bzz, like that's maybe a metaphor gone wrong.
I think what was cool was kind of seeing people next to someone that had done this.
Yeah.
I think it may have been a little early in the season to make this happen.
That was my fear exactly. Like I loved seeing Fantasia. I loved seeing Lauren and how much she's grown.
Man, Bubbles, we really underestimated you.
These people haven't even done a live show yet, a live voting round, and they were being thrown onto the stage. And the juxtaposition, you know, when you have Gianna and Nick Fradiani, it was like, whoa.
All this time, reaching such great heights.
That would be like putting, you know, Patti LaBelle and Katy Perry.
Oh.
Oh, there, I said it. Who stood out for you this week? Who sort of separated themselves from the pack?
La Portia for me. Avalon. Ooh, Avalon.
Skateboard gets me where I need to go on time.
And Genevieve, actually. I do feel like Genevieve is an extremely, what's the word for her? She's literal.
I'll be no red road romance, say it too. No.
She's playing the harp, so she's like, I will wear a Baroque outfit with a nice gilded jacket.
She wore the Seinfeld puffy shirt, for God's sake, the puffy shirt.
You can't come out dressed like that.
I have her on my list of standouts too. I like the 3 that you liked, and I also thought Mackenzie separated himself.
I didn't kiss him. I thought about it.
Hey, she's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one.
This is my now, and I am breathing in.
Okay, sorry.
I thought those 4 gave me a feeling of, yes, they belong here. None of them said to me, I'm definitely gonna win this thing, or you're gonna see me in the top 3.
La Portia didn't say that to you?
No, because I saw Proud Mary. I'm not gonna judge her just on her duet with Fantasia. And when you wanna talk literal, she wore Tina Turner drag right down to the fringe, did the back to the camera shimmy just like Tina Turner. That's your Idol winner? No. Nope.
Okay, she was extremely literal. She did the exact dances. I did have to go back and just close my eyes and listen to her vocal to see if that vocal stood out to me. The vocal was killer. Idol used to be that show that like helped you figure out who you were as an artist. I think we've gotten so used to seeing people that know who they are as artists and own that on stage. And maybe LaPortia is that raw talent that can sing her tail off, but kind of doesn't have an idea of who she wants to be. So right now, all she knows to do is imitate. And maybe they could help her. They would have to critique that,
right,
and say something.
Production and the judges did her no favors. They didn't ding her in any way, shape, or form.
I would be foolish to critique that in any way, shape, or form.
And I feel like backstage, she must have gotten no guidance whatsoever.
It's beautiful because you remain a portal for the gift.
I think she really redeemed herself on her duet with Fantasia, going toe-to-toe with Fantasia on the song that defined Fantasia's idol run. The rehearsal package was everything, with Fantasia being like,
You feel that? I get a rush off of other gifts, and you, baby, I get a rush off your gift.
They could have just shown the intro package, and I would have voted for her if I'd had the right to vote.
Also, can we just note that Fantasia was a great mentor?
Never want to take your eyes off them.
Yeah.
That's one thing I want you to work on.
Melinda, I'm also in full agreement. Avalon is one of the ones to watch after this week.
And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know. Let's go.
She is authentic and fun.
And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. Woo!
I'm a little worried once in a while the pitch starts to get away from her and I'm like, oh.
I don't necessarily think it's her pitch. I think it may be her clipped notes.
You think you broke my heart, oh boy, for goodness sake.
A lot of times she'll just play like she sings it so fast that it doesn't have time to actually register as like, I sang a note and it was right. She kind of throws it away. What I would hope for her is that she learns how to commit through the end of a line. And she does it sometimes, it's just not completely consistent.
I'm gonna do it like that tomorrow.
Ruben kind of brought that out of her a bit. She was holding notes out. She was really focused on getting into it and getting into the grit of the song.
To watch the sunrise on your
I loved what he brought out of her. So the two of them together, that was a perfect matchup.
Before we get into my probably favorite of the week, let's also talk about the third lady who sort of rose to the occasion this week, Janice Rose Mitchell.
Long gone, done me wrong, never coming back, my baby's gone.
I think Janice Rose in some ways, in other ways, maybe not so much. The judges seemed completely baffled by her duet with Scotty.
I'm just gonna forget that performance happened because I like you a lot, Janae.
I actually thought Gone was her best performance this week.
Sweet mother of Abraham Lincoln!
She got into the spirit and anger and the cray-cray, and I mean, you had to separate the vocal from what she was wearing, because she looked like,
Okay, I'm officially freaked out now.
I was like, was it Toy Story? Is that where I've seen this? Here's what I love. I love her commitment to whatever she's gonna do.
But maybe we can work it out. No, Scotty.
She committed to Gone more than Scotty ever would have.
Long gone, done me wrong. Never coming back, my baby's gone.
Not that Scotty was not good, because I love that boy. But I just like, she just went crazy.
Never coming back, my baby's gone.
I started to second guess myself with how much I loved it. I did like Angel more though.
Let me be empty, oh, and weightless.
With that harp and just the liltiness of her voice.
Then maybe I'll find some peace tonight.
Maybe minus the poofy shirt and the Baroque jacket.
Literally wore the shirt from Seinfeld.
You look like the Count of Monte Cristo.
I thought her sense of tempo was utterly abysmal on that song. Pick a tempo, girl, because I can't take the journey with you because I keep tripping on the way that you're delivering it. Tone and pitch were there, but tempo, it was no bueno. I'm definitely right on this one.
I completely disagree with you. I mean, I couldn't disagree more. What I do feel like the tempo was free at the beginning, but that's an artist's perspective. Like that, I mean, we get to be free with tempo when we're playing our own harp.
I need some distraction, a beautiful relief.
I'm also going to say I really liked Mackenzie this week. I don't think he's the strongest singer in the competition. I don't know if he's going to hold up 4 or 5 weeks in. Actually, the season finale is in like 5 weeks. Terrifying. But he has a clear sense of what he wants to present. He's presenting it. He is so invested in the lyrics.
I'll be the one if you want me to.
And while I Hope You Dance was a baffling mismatch in terms of vocal style, in terms of like, why is he singing I Hope You Dance?
I hope you dance.
I still kind of enjoyed what he did, even though I don't think it was that great.
I love Harry Potter. I mean, I love him.
Hello, Harry. I've interrupted a deep thought, haven't I?
Yeah, hey.
I was a little taken aback at the fact that he sang harmony for most of the song, like the literal exact harmony. And Harry's like,
I also like you changed the melody, but you still kept the integrity of the song.
No, he didn't. He actually just sang the harmony, which is a beautiful harmony when someone's singing the melody. I wanted him to change the melody up in a different way, or put the song at a higher key if he wanted to stay in that portion of his voice. However, his tone and his presentation was immaculate.
From the remaining 12, you could have almost put anybody through based on personal preference or based on what the producers had already predetermined the outcome was going to be, which I think they had kind of already predetermined it.
You are coming across distinctly paranoid.
Everyone keeps saying that. It's like a conspiracy.
The two people who I didn't really understand advancing were Thomas Stringfellow and Gianna Isabella. I think especially Gianna.
I can't stand it 'cause you put me down.
I put A Spell on You probably in the top third in terms of hitting the notes, but it was just a collection of notes and noise. It didn't have any depth or feeling behind it. It was just so high school talent show.
The chick has a killer voice. She actually does. But I get toddlers and tiaras with her. Like that's the way my brain works. When she comes on stage, it's so mechanical and kind of like void of actual connection and feeling of her own. What I feel like she has to do is just trust herself.
Speaking of kids and not doing them any favors, why don't the judges ever talk to Thomas Stringfellow about his affectations? He lost some of the squeaks on Creep.
Yes, he did. Yay, Thomas.
But his pronunciation of every word. You're so very spatial.
Oh, you're so very spatial.
Spatial? Spatial is a word. It's not a word in the lyrics to Radiohead's Creep.
You're so very special.
What did he do with the word feather?
You don't like a feather.
Feither. Feither? Feither. I don't know what a feither is. The feedback was so in direct opposition to what I'd heard.
You were kind of pushing the envelope.
Your natural way of performing is actually to lean into abandonment.
He's almost speaking in tongues, so maybe? And then Harry says, you're so aware of the words.
You were very aware of the words.
He treated the words as carefully as a Starbucks barista spells your name on your coffee. It was insanity, and I couldn't get past it. And that could be fixed if someone would say something to him. Say something. Mackenzie, say something. I'm giving up on you.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
He did go to a little bit of a crazy place with that, and I respect that. There were less squeaks. I just would not have gotten as excited as those judges got, to the point where Harry said something about it again after the duets.
Last night was phenomenal.
We heard different things. There are still parts of his tone that I love. There were a lot of distracting things for me in that performance that just...
They're working so hard to sell us on the idea of him.
He's so good.
He's an absolute dream.
They do him the disservice of not giving him constructive criticism.
It's a nice thing that you have going on with the audience right now.
If Gianna and Thomas weren't going to advance, who should have?
I'm going to put in Jordan. I'm gonna put Jordan Sasser. I see your face.
I mean, I would have taken Jordan over Gianna and Thomas. I would have. All by Myself was a bit of a hot buttered wreck, but we'll agree to disagree on that. I probably would have given Stephanie another shot over Gianna and Thomas.
Yeah.
I wasn't elated with what she did. It was just sort of a little bit rote.
I felt so bad for Emily because I wanted her to go through. I really did. And I don't know what happened.
The girl we heard during that solo was not the girl we'd come to know and like. Yeah, I wanted to like Jenna better than I did. I mean, she brought energy to my church. I liked her energy better than watching Gianna or Faither. Faither is like Harry Potter's new nemesis. He's from the Slytherin house. Faither Stringfellow from House Slytherin. Expecto McSqueakum. I'm the worst. I am he who should not be named in this equation. I actually might hate myself a little bit right now, so I think we should stop filming.
I think I'll just go have some pudding.